allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Commissioner Riddell.
Here.
Commissioner Moore.
Here.
Commissioner Gallagher.
Here.
We have a quorum. Under resolutions, number 1, investments.
So moved.
What?
Second.
Discussion. Commissioner Gallagher.
Aye.
Commissioner Moore.
Aye.
Commissioner Riddell.
Aye.
Number 2, appropriations.
So moved.
We have 2 pages.
Oh, we do. Oh, I'm looking at, sorry.
Those are requisitions. We have.
No, we have one.
1 page of appropriations.
Yeah.
I'm
Second.
sorry, Marty.
Appropriations. I'll
I'm
second.
sorry.
Discussion. Commissioner Gallagher.
Aye.
Commissioner Moore.
Aye.
Commissioner Riddell.
Aye.
Number 3, transfers.
Move to approve. Second.
Discussion. Commissioner Moore.
Aye.
Commissioner Gallagher.
Aye.
Commissioner Riddell.
Aye.
Number 4, advances, repayments, none. Number 5, requisitions.
And now we have 2 pages. And page 2, please, Victor. Thank you.
Move to approve pages 1 and 2. Second.
Discussion.
Yes, I'd like to address, with Casey, if you would, address 1437, the Ohio Edison situation.
Yes, certainly. So at the beginning of each year, this is a utility purchase order, obviously, for several of the county buildings. So at the beginning of each year, we open a purchase order. We try to be conservative with encumbering funds to a purchase order for utilities for the year, and we kind of see how we go. As I'm sure everybody else is experiencing, the energy, specifically electricity rates this year are trending well above where they were last year. I looked at this time last year, we had spent a little over $100,000 less than where we're at right now. So this is money it's already budgeted for in our utilities account, but we're just adding these additional funds specifically to the Ohio Edison purchase order to try basically to get us through the remainder of the year for these specific invoices.
Correct. So we budgeted for an increase and it has occurred, but
We try to be conservative with what we encumber on a purchase order. Again, if that way we don't lock up funds for on a purchase order that maybe wouldn't be needed, so we could utilize those funds in other places. But in this case, specifically with our utilities funds, we are trending well ahead of where we were last year. So we are amending this purchase order for the $400,000 to get us through the remaining year. We will likely see, some similar situations with Columbia Gas and whatnot, some of our other utilities. Because again, we do encumber conservatively at the beginning of the year. We budgeted aggressively, but we are trying to encumber those funds conservatively at the beginning of the year.
correct. Just another example, every one of our citizens deals with these issues and the county government is not exempt. Okay, Teresa.
Commissioner Gallagher.
Aye.
Commissioner Moore.
Aye.
Commissioner Riddell.
Aye.
Number 6, travel.
Move to approve.
Second.
Discussion. Commissioner Moore.
Aye.
Commissioner Riddell.
Aye.
Commissioner Gallagher.
Aye.
Number 7, bills.
Page 1 is the general fund. We get page 2, special revenue funds. And page 3. Move to approve.
Second.
Discussion. Commissioner Riddell.
Aye.
Commissioner Moore.
Aye.
Commissioner Gallagher.
Aye.
Number 8, county commissioners may recess an executive session to consider the appointment, employment, dismissal, discipline, promotion, demotion, or compensation of a public employee or official, along with any other matters as specifically identified by motion, in accordance with the Ohio Revised Code 121.22 G1 through 8, unless expressly stated otherwise during executive session. Matters discussed in executive session are designated by the county commissioners as confidential. Because of the confidentiality of such matters is necessary for the proper conduct of government business, any disclosure outside of executive session is prohibited by Ohio Revised Code 102.03B. While in executive session, the county commissioners may discuss and deliberate on the matters at issue, but no votes may be taken until open session resumes.
And we will be having a brief executive session today.
Public comment on agenda items.
William DeSalden wishes to speak concerning item 10 on the agenda. Please come to the podium.
Thank you, Commissioner Rydell.
Chief.
And the other commissioners. Yes, so Chief Fasalden, Sheffield Village Police Department, also the president of the Lorain County Chiefs of Police Association. Again, agenda item 10, without any prior knowledge, we don't understand what that means, so we take it for granted that we're ripping down a tower. It directly affects Sheffield Village, Sheffield Lake, Lorain, and Elyria. You know, I stood up here before asking, I understand, and we understand that you guys are in control of that, right? However, we would like to have some conversations before. I get phone calls last night, I get phone calls this morning with serious concerns. I believe there's conversations between the mayor of Sheffield Village and Commissioner Rydell. I got a better understanding today. Again, we would just appreciate a little bit in the forefront so we know, so that I do have something educatedly correct to say to pass over to the association, right? And once again, we were just left in the dark, and we have serious concerns when it comes to our understanding is you're going to tear down a tower or a microwave link and severing our communications, which is highly going to affect the safety of our residents and our law enforcement officers, as well as our first responders. So, again, I just asked phone call or something ahead just to give us a heads up so that we can share it with our staff.
Thank you.
Thank
you
you.
very much.
Thank you.
And today we'll address under old business, which this is a continuation of, in addressing directly the chief's concerns, which works out very convenient in the agenda. But today's item is merely a procedural item. We have a contract with a vendor. That vendor calls for us to declare whether we want to continue it or not within 60 days of October the 20th. And that 60 days is August the 22nd, which is, again, this week is our last meetings before that. We put this on the agenda. We knew that there are people that are watching this project, and we wanted to give notice. But it's procedural, and we still have 60 days to deal with it, but this is, again, it's procedural. The county administrator could have sent a letter to the vendor and said, by the way, we're exercising our right under paragraph whatever of the contract. We chose to put it out there because the communication towers is more controversial than we'd like it to be, so we wanted to make sure we had full transparency. This is part of implementing and getting ready to put up into operation the MARC system. It is a requirement of our contract with Marks that we deliver the tower in a certain case. We are not tearing the tower down. And at this point, we are not interrupting the service, but the vendor had an obligation he knew this day was coming, and he had an obligation to his customers to provide a plan B for this day. And so we assume that he's doing that. We hadn't heard from him, but as little as 90 minutes ago, we did hear from the vendor with a request to sit down and discuss some kind of an extension that might be amenable to the county and to Marks, and we will be entering into those conversations. It would be inappropriate to predict how they will go, but we will hold those conversations, and quite frankly, we were surprised they didn't occur prior to today. But Chief, you're right. We need to be as transparent as we can, and the agenda goes out 24 hours before the meeting, and you've proven that it works.
Absolutely it does.
So at the end of the day, this particular item is not as controversial as it may seem by some people, but it's another step in a process to the communications issue. So we thank you for coming out today and making comment, and we hope that you'll find some comfort in our answer. We will sit down with the vendor and make sure that there is no interruption, but again, we don't operate the system, we just rent and access, and that vendor has the responsibility to turn his system into service for you. We're not cutting the service, only he can do that. So, thank you again. Any other comment on the issue of old business?
One comment I'd like to say about that, we have a contractual obligation with the Marks, that they're the only ones on the tower. So that's very clear. So that's why the notice did go out, the way we did it.
And we'll have a press release in full to give some additional details to what we're doing. That may already be on the street, I'm not quite sure, but again, and we'll be back here Friday. If there's any questions that the press release doesn't answer, we invite you to come back on Friday and get those questions answered.
Thank you.
Anything else?
No?
Okay.
Teresa?
Was that your old business, or is there further?
That's the old business.
Okay. Under board business, number 9, approve and waive the reading in the county commissioners meeting minutes of August 1st.
So moved.
Second?
Discussion. Commissioner Moore?
Aye.
Commissioner Gallagher?
Aye.
Commissioner Dell?
Aye.
Number 10, authorize Board of Commissioners to terminate the lease agreement between Board and Cleveland Communications, Inc. for a space at Tower of 225 Burns Road, Elyria. There is an automatic renewal for a subsequent 2-year term on October 20th of 25, and county intends for the lease agreement to be terminated pursuant to Section 7 and provides a 60-day written notice.
So moved?
Second.
Discussion.
Yeah, this is what we talked about in old business.
Yes.
Like you said, it's a continuation, it's supposed to be just a regular, how do we say it, just, procedural item. So the, issue at hand is, the vendor has known for at least a year this was coming. And, I think, a lot of panic happened, and he reached out to us through the sheriff's office and through the prosecutor's office. And they reached out to us about 90 minutes ago, and they were asking if we could do an extension to provide a smooth transmission or transaction, or what do you want to call it? Transition, thank you. So that wouldn't interrupt anyone's services. And we thank the sheriff for calling us and participating in stopping them from filing more lawsuits, since we're still dealing with the one they got against us. But I thought it was a very good conversation I heard from the sheriff and our prosecutor, Sillo. And I have a feeling, based on that conversation, this will be a smooth transition, so.
Anything further?
Nope.
Commissioner Dell?
Aye.
Commissioner Moore?
Aye.
Commissioner Gallagher?
Aye.
Under Community Development, 11, approve the CDBG Program Year 25 application submission to the Ohio Department of Development in the amount of $750,000 for CDBG Residential Public Infrastructure Grant. The required local match of $750,000 will be paid by the Sanitary Engineers Fund, and this project will be for Sheffield Township Rolling Heights Sewer Line Project Phase 1.
So moved.
Second?
Discussion.
Okay, this one, you'll see the sewer, normally the county is not in the business of providing sewers, although we are facilitators and we finance sewers. This is a unique case. It's one of those things that happens in history, and there's no one left alive that was here the day they did it, I think. But Sheffield and the Sheffield Township and Elyria Township unfortunately received service from Elyria and Lorain, but the county owns the lines. So this, we really are in the sewer and water business, but only for this little piece of the county. And these folks pay an additional fee for the maintenance and repair of of those lines. They get their water from Elyria and their sewage treatment from Lorain. And so this is a case of, some of this money they're doing themselves. There's a project out there. The sanitary engineer has a plan. This is phase one, and many of these improvements will be partially funded by the residents of the two townships.
Did you want the map up, or?
Nope,
No, okay.
we're okay.
Commissioner Moore,
Aye.
Commissioner Gallagher,
Aye.
Commissioner Riddell.
Aye.
Number 12, under EMA, approve change order number 1 in the amount of $71,683 to William Brothers Builders, Inc. for additional work for Lorain County Office of Emergency Management project to include separate fire alarm services and electrical services, additional duplex receptacles, relocate roof drain piping, supply and program, use curb adapters in lieu of new roof curbs for the new rooftop HVAC units, engage outside testing agency for various inspections and additional excavation, and concrete to be paid from the capital improvements account.
So moved.
Second,
Discussion.
did I see Director Freeman with us today? Yes, sir. Would you like to get a microphone and kind of explain to us that we just had a new construction project, and I'm sure folks will be asking what this is for?
Yeah, so is this on? Is it working? Okay, so this is largely for the fire alarm system they're installing. So this was kind of after the fact. We had a team come in and install all the new lines, all the new detectors, and connect everything into the new system. So that's largely what this is for. And then some of the other small stuff with the HVAC system up on the roof.
Okay, have we addressed the issue that, the 911 used to be where EMA is? And so,
I don't have any knowledge of that as to what's being done with that. Maybe
If I could
Todd?
add, Commissioner,
yes,
the fire suppression system, originally when the EMA section was built, and EMA is, has a separate home there, separate from the previous 911 center. It was tied into the Record Center, which is the Gates building, which has been there since longer than Armbruster's been around. So the decision was made. We had a lot of difficulties, especially when the fire alarm went off, determining which system was giving us the alarm. So what they've done is they've separated those two buildings from one another. So instead of the EMA getting fed by the Record Center or Gates building, now it has its separate fire alarm system. And then the Gates building has a separate fire alarm system. So, and as far as the 911 center goes, that area is still designated for 911. EMA has not yet occupied that. Hopefully that answers some of the questions.
I was referring to the phone communications and stuff which used to go through EMA to get to 911. And during my short time here, we had an incident or two where there was a phone problem at the Gates building, which caused a problem for 911 because we had something of lesser technology in the middle of two things with better technology. So I assume we've taken care of that.
Throwing it to Todd.
None of that communication there has been addressed. The 911 system runs on copper lines. Those copper lines still run back to the Gates building. So that hasn't changed. Not until we upgrade the phone system at 911 would that change. At this point, those copper lines still come in there, and part of the copper lines also come into the 911, if I remember correctly.
But there's a plan in place where a secondary benefit will be that the Gates system will no longer be a weak link in our system.
Yes, that's the plan, is moving that off of Gateway, yes.
Cool. Thank you, Todd.
Anything further? Commissioner Moore,
Aye.
Commissioner Riddell,
Aye.
Commissioner Gallagher.
Aye.
Under Children's Services 13, appoint Deborah Ortner to Lorain County Children's Services Board effective August 16th, 2025 through August 15th of 2029.
So moved.
Second?
Discussion. Mr. Moore?
Aye.
Mr. Riddell?
Aye.
Mr. Gallagher?
Aye.
Engineer 14, authorize ODOT to review and approve a posted speed limit of 35 miles per hour for Butternut Ridge Road from the cul-de-sac of .74 miles west of Durkey Road to the Durkey Road intersection as warranted by the speed zone study performed by Lorain County Engineers Office in May of 2025.
So moved.
Second?
Discussion. Mr. Moore?
Aye.
Mr. Riddell?
Aye.
Mr. Gallagher?
Aye.
15, award and enter in a contract with Dennis Concrete, Inc. of Wellington, the amount of $176,497 for the Stewart Road Culvert 0242 replacement project. 5 bids were received on July 21st, this being the most responsive complying with specifications. Work consists of removing existing metal pipe, arch, and installing a 10x7 reinforced concrete box culvert, wing walls, and pavement replacement. Notice to proceed will be issued upon full execution of the contract and completed on or before December 1st of 25. Authorize administrator to notify the auditor to release retainage at the complete of project, and $176,497 will be paid from the engineer's project account, and Stormwater Management District will reimburse the engineer's office for 50% of the project cost up to $88,248.50 upon completion.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion.
Could we post that bid tally? Do we have that?
Nice job, engineering department, on your bids.
There we go. So part of our process in posting it is to comply with Commissioner Gallagher's desire for multiple bids, but part of it also is to give recognition so the public can see who's bidding and locally and who's not, and get a feel for how we're spending the money.
Anything further?
Nope.
Commissioner Gallagher?
Aye.
Mr. Moore?
Aye.
Mr. Riddell?
Aye.
Get this one ready.
There you go.
Number 16, award and enter contract with Dennis Concrete, Inc. of Wellington, the amount of $218,911.50 for the Neff Road Bridge 0191 replacement project. 5 bids were received on July 21st, this being the most responsive complying with specifications. Work consists of removing an existing reinforced concrete bridge and installing a 10x6 reinforced concrete box culvert, wing walls, and pavement replacement. Notice to proceed will be issued upon full execution of contract and complete on or before December 1st of 25. Authorize administrator to notify the auditor to release retainage at the completion of the project, and this will be paid from the engineer project account.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion. Mr. Gallagher?
Yes.
Commissioner Moore?
Aye.
Mr. Riddell?
Aye.
Number 17, authorize county engineer to enter an LPA federal local let project agreement with ODOT for the Sugar Ridge Road Bridge Replacement Project in North Ridgeville. Estimated cost of preliminary and final design engineering is $200,000. Federal funding would be available at 100% in state fiscal year 26. Estimated cost of construction, including construction engineering, is $866,700, and federal funding would be made available at 95% in state fiscal year 29.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion. Mr. Moore?
Aye.
Mr. Gallagher?
Aye.
Mr. Riddell?
Aye.
Under Mars, 18, amend Resolution 25-521, adopted August 1st of 25, appointing Mike Babbitt, Michelle Flanagan, and Thomas Lumsden as members to Lorain County Mental Health Addiction Recovery Services Board. Appointment was August 1st of 25 through July 31st of 29. This amendment is to reflect the correct appointment is retroactive to August 1st of 25 through June 30th of 29.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion.
This is a correction. Literally, at the time we were making the appointments at the last meeting, the state of Ohio changed the term of the board members. And so it's necessary for us to come back and amend this resolution to comply with their new schedule. The members of the board are now going to be appointed at the same time as their fiscal year.
Correct. Commissioner Riddell?
Aye.
Commissioner Moore?
Aye.
Commissioner Gallagher?
Aye.
Under the prosecutor, 19, authorize president of the board to execute the participation agreement with Sandoz Settlement as part of the ongoing national opiate settlement agreement.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion. Commissioner Gallagher?
Aye.
Commissioner Moore?
Aye.
Commissioner Riddell?
Aye.
20, authorize President of the Board to execute the participation agreement with Purdue Slackler as part of the ongoing National Opiate Settlement Agreement.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion. Commissioner Gallagher?
Aye.
Commissioner Moore?
Aye.
Commissioner Riddell?
Aye.
Under Treasurer, 21, awarding contracts to eligible financial institutions to be designated as depositories of active and inactive monies of Lorain County pursuant to the Ohio Revised Code Section 135.02 through 135.23 for a period of August 23rd, 2025 through August 22nd of 2029.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion.
Yeah, would you guys like to show where the resolution?
Sure.
Because this may not look like we're voting on something too big, because we're talking about depositories, but I want to at least let the public see these are the banks that we're voting on. And how much money.
Yes.
Thank you.
Anything further? Commissioner Moore?
Aye.
Commissioner Riddell?
Aye.
Commissioner Gallagher?
Aye.
Under the Sheriff, 22, authorize landscape services as Sheriff's Office to be performed by Alvarado Landscaping, the amount of $13,810.44.
So moved.
Second.
Yes, I believe that,
No, he doesn't want to talk.
Discussion,
No, he's saying no.
discussion.
right.
I believe this is a situation where we believe that there's another way to do this, and I will be recommending that we not pass this today.
Oh,
And I see the sheriff walking up. Does that mean that you wish to address this issue?
oh, I thought he was saying he didn't want to address it.
No, President Riddell and Commissioners Gallagher and Moore, we appreciate this opportunity, but this is a situation in which normally landscaping would be paid for out of the general fund and paid for by the commissioners. In this particular case, in June of this year, we were made aware by the Department of Homeland Security that potential attacks that could take place on law enforcement, public safety buildings. Through the engineer's office, who was very generous, they had installed several cement barricades and redirected our traffic pattern and parking away from the building to allow parking to not be up against the building and to not allow any type of explosion if there would be anybody with a bomb or anything else in their vehicle. With that, due to CTEP architectural procedures that we utilize with the landscaping, we had also landscaped those cement barriers, and also we owe the drug court some recognition in this too, because much of the labor here was cut in half by the amount of work that was done by the Common Pleas Court and the drug court program. Volunteers for that program also assisted in the initial landscaping of the areas, and it was finished out with this company. So therefore, we've elected to request that we pay for the landscaping out of restricted funds, so there is no cost to the county taxpayers in this endeavor. So we are asking you to actually reject this expenditure.
Thank you.
Thanks.
I move to
Well, no, we just vote and.
we just vote, but also, you owe us a buck. It's concrete, not cement.
Oh. we're gonna- I think he's been.
Is that like
waiting.
a branding thing,
Yeah,
or?
He's been,
No.
he's been waiting all year for that.
Cement, I've been trying to change county government. Cement is the gray powder that makes concrete.
Oh, wow, you did pay. Uh-oh.
Fair is
Need a
fair.
tip jar up here, huh?
It'll cost us $17 to put that in a checking account.
Anything further?
No.
Commissioner Gallagher?
No.
Commissioner Moore?
No.
Commissioner Riddell?
No.
Thank you very much.
And thank you for your diligence on the budget, Sheriff.
Thank you.
Nice job, Sheriff.
County Administrator's update.
You should just give him the $1 back. You're gonna say off.
I will.
Okay.
That's right, department. Oops, I said it 3 times.
We're having an executive committee. The administration does not have a report today.
Very good. Clerk's report.
I have nothing. Board correspondence?
Move to waive the reading of the board correspondence.
Second.
Discussion. Commissioner Gallagher?
Aye.
Commissioner Moore?
I,
Commissioner Riddell?
Aye.
New business.
No, sir.
yeah, I think, I didn't know it'd be under the clerks. We did get notification for August 26th, I take it, for the Ohio Public Defenders. Have you got notification yet?
I have it on my schedule
Okay.
for the board,
They
yes.
have confirmed that date that they would like to come and make a presentation.
Yes, we're just
Yeah.
waiting for the PowerPoint.
Okay,
So
August
those
26th.
interested in that subject,
Yep.
that's the date.
I think we're also having
Yes.
yours.
Coming up this Thursday, we are, Lorain County Beautiful is helping out Children's Services at their events, or at their visitation center on Route 58. And we have a bunch of volunteers coming out to help plant plants for the landscaping, because it was really overgrown, and it was a community effort from Lorain County Beautiful. If anyone wants to participate, at 10 o'clock on Thursday morning.
Anything?
Any other new business? Commissioner? No?
Public comment.
Public comment. We had William Zimmerman signed up to participate. Please come up and identify your name and address for those that are listening, and try and limit your remarks to 2 minutes.
Before I begin, about the address, I had an issue speaking in Avon Lake. I gave my address, my home was vandalized, so they discontinued giving the address. They had us just tell them the city we were in. Are you interested in following the same procedures, or you still wanna abide by the ones that you have?
Well,
What's up to the,
I think we'll abide by tonight if you don't mind, but I will take that suggestion into consideration.
I appreciate that, thank you. William Zimmerman, 241 Moorwood, Avon Lake, Ohio. So I'm here to talk about potential corruption. I've made a dozen phone calls to the sheriff's department to speak to the sheriff, to put together a meeting. Angela, his receptionist, they see my number, they don't take it. They purposely go to voicemail. I've left message every time. No one returns my call. I haven't had any interaction with them, and I don't understand that. As a citizen of the county and a taxpayer, I would think that a public representative would be interested in speaking with the public sector. I surely don't understand it. So today, I went there to pick up a public records request that I had made. I arrived, they gave me the records. I asked to speak to the sheriff. Or Angela, one of the others, set up something. Nobody really did much. They went, talked to somebody in the back, said they weren't available, and then Tony Nietzsche comes out to speak to me. Now, I didn't ask to speak to Tony. I didn't have any interest in speaking to Tony. But instead, he wants to sit down next to me and say, because Mr. Gerald Phillips is potentially going to file lawsuits, that he wasn't going to talk to me, the sheriff wasn't going to talk to me, nobody was going to talk to me, and be on my way. I don't believe that that's proper action for a public official. I'm trying to gain information, and they're making it more difficult than possible. I don't think this is fair, and I surely don't think it's appropriate. And from my opinion, there's nothing worse than a law official being a criminal with a badge. That would be the worst one that I know of. And that's what I'm running into. My 2 minutes up? I don't know. There's no.
Yep.
Yep,
That's up.
yep, but I want to thank you for your factual demeanor. I believe, I believe the sheriff has heard you.
I noticed he came to the meeting late, but he was here.
Well, he's a busy guy
Still
these
haven't
days.
had a chance to speak with him, though.
Well, all I can say is, this is your right to come and do it, and we have many people who, even though we have no direct authority, who come here and use our 2 minutes in order to gain that next step, and we thank you for doing
And
that.
I appreciate that. If I can make one other recommendation, if there was any way to have a clock here so I would know where I stood in my 2 minutes, that'd be great.
Be glad to do that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
motion to move
Into
to
executive
executive session
session.
based on the comments from the clerk, county clerk.
Second?
Discussion. Commissioner Moore.
Aye,
Commissioner
She
Dow.
gets both of those.
that's it.
That's it.
Commissioner
We'll
Gallagher.
see you after executive session for those that have stamina.
There's only Commissioners have reconvened from executive session.
And we're adjourned. Thank you.